Hi, welcome back to my channel. We're at the end of week 38 of my Mission Tuition Savings Challenge. Sitting at my desk today, so I've got my son behind me playing a game, so you may hear some tapping of the keyboard as he plays along. Okay, so the first two items that sold were two vintage Pin-Up Girls swap cards. Last week I did a bit of a cleanup of a couple of my crafting shelves and I found all these swap cards, so I thought, might get rid of them, list them. So I have actually put a ton of swap cards up on my eBay store. And these, I think they sold either same day or the next day. So not a huge amount in them. Buyer paid $5, sold to the same buyer, paid $5 for each card, and then the $2 delivery. The next items to sell were the Dragon Mage series books, Catherine Kerr fantasy books. Did take an offer on those, and I think it was $36.95 or $36 they sold for, including post. Paid 50 cents each, I think, for those books. Next item to sell was a bit of a fail. It was the Eclectic by Joe Sharp hand knitting book. Now, I say it was a fail, it was because it was a very thin, lightweight book, but it was rectangular. It was square, not like a rectangle book, which meant it was too wide for the small eBay padded mailer, and it was also too wide for a A4 tracked envelope. So I ended up having to get it into a medium satchel, which drove my shipping price up a bit. So and I sent out an offer on that. So I had it listed for $22.50 free post. I think I sold it for $19.50 free post. So I reckon I paid $1 at the Lions op shop at Richmond or Marston or Plympton, wherever it is. So, you know, not a huge amount, but yeah, I kind of didn't factor in the size of the book and, you know, what satchel it would fit in. Next item to sell was a good one. It was the Thomas and Friends Complete Series 10 DVDs in a sort of fabric / metal case. Like the front and back was metal. All the discs are in really good condition. Now, did I take an offer on that? I think I might have sent out an offer even though I only had a listed short time. No, I think they paid the $69.95 plus the postage on that. So that one I paid $5 for, was in one of my recent shopping videos when we went to the Adelaide Hills to go to a few op shops. My husband actually found that one. We paid $5 for that. Next item to sell was no, this wasn't from my own collection. I think I'd bought it again at the Lions bookshop for 50 cents. It was an Anne of Green Gables vintage book. Had it listed for $9.95. I feel like I sent an offer out on that, but it's not showing here. Anyway, I had it listed for $9.95 plus postage, and I got it in an extra small satchel for the $8.73 post. Next item to sell, these were from my personal collection. They were a set of Winnie the Pooh small hardcover books. Sold the 6 for $4. Now, did I take an? I'm terrible. I can't work out whether I took offers on any of these. If not, they sold for the full price of $49.95 free post. But yeah, I can't remember. Another item that sold, which I picked up from the Richmond Lions op shop for $1, was this Debbie Bliss cashmere knitting children's pattern book. Just checking if that's sold. Yeah, I can't tell. I had it listed for $12.50 plus $8.35 post. I've just realized that I hadn't updated the postage cost because the tracked envelopes are now $9.70, I think. Sending an A4 track letter is almost, well, that's, yeah, about the cost of sending an extra small, the new extra small padded mailer rates. So it's really not that much difference now in sending a tracked letter versus a parcel. Okay, so the next item to sell was a Mr. Men little box set of books. I think I took an offer or sent out an offer on that one. or they paid full, can't remember. I had it listed for $12.95 plus $12 post. Those books are free to me. My mother-in-law gave them to me. So I had nothing in that. So let's go to what the summary is. So I knew, like, I'd had some sales. I thought, oh, I've done better than last week, but I was a bit surprised when I looked at the total and saw it was over 200, because I wasn't really like tracking it or thinking about it when the sales were coming in. So 14th September to the 20th September, I sold $257.07 worth of items. Selling costs were $46.17, leaving $210.90 before postage and tax. So number of items sold was 10, with the average sales price of $25.71 and a total of 9 buyers. So that's not a bad week. I mean, what did I have the last 2 weeks? So I'm just going to go over and look at my spreadsheet. And I've lost my mouse. I've got 3 screens and I regularly lose my mouse. So I shall bring that over here. It says I feel a bit weird and out of whack doing it on my desk and having my 3 screens instead of my laptop on my lap. And then I'm not looking over here at the camera and I'm looking at my computer. But anyway, yeah, so week 37 I did $91, week 36 I did $72. So this week being 257, that's a lot better. And my Mission Tuition Savings Challenge, because I forgot to put in my total last week, my savings account is currently sitting at $3,285.72. Still leaving $10,714 to meet my $14,000 goal. And we're nearly at the end of September. Yeah, should be at 67% of my goal. I'm currently sitting at 23. So, yeah. Will I crack 5,000? I feel like that's my kind of like my short term or my first goal. I just, yeah, might have to revise my goal to be, can I crack 5 grand by the end of the year? Not sure I will. I mean, as I said last week, I haven't been really entering any comps, so I don't think I'm going to win anything to bump that up. And yeah, not selling a huge amount every week, but as I said, I have done a heap of listings this week with all those swap cards, which are very low value. I've got them listed for like between $2 and $5. But I have done a heap of photographs and I've done a heap of drafts. So I've just taken all my photos off my phone and just sat here yesterday and did some draft, like just set up the draft listings just with the photos and the titles. Then I've got to go back in and just, you know, put any item descriptions, you know, any flaws or whatever in it, and then I can start listing those items. And it's predominantly books, if I remember correctly. There might be a plush and a magazine and a couple of figurines as well, but I think it'll be predominantly books. I've already got a stack here of some things that I have listed, and some of my own stuff, but yeah, things to do. So yeah, got some things to get up listed. Do have more job applications and stuff to do, and that's my priority because I'm into my 3rd week out of work and I really can't afford to go another week, otherwise my savings challenge will be over and I'll be breaking into that money to live. Anyway, so that's it, end of week 38. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next week for the end of week 39. Bye bye.